So yesterday we have started about HANA SAP installation on HANA database. So SID inputs giving. So those things yesterday we have tested, right? So after the what happens during the installation? So what exactly happens during the installation? So during the installation, when the SAP system will be builded, SAP system will be builded, installed. So after that, what happens? So after the installation or during the installation, so there are some important points you should remember. There the two users will be created. So users will be created. Users will be created. Why? Because during the installation time, we are giving the inputs, provide the password for users, right? So there are some users will be created. So OS level and DB SAP level and DB level. So they are the three layers. So SAP is the three-tier architecture, right? And we have three layers in operating system level, SAP layer, and DB level. They are the few users will be created during the SAP installation. So operating system level, so SID ADM. SID ADM is the one of the user, and SAP services SID. SAP services SID. These are the two users will be created. If it is the Windows, these are the two users. Linux, that is only one user will be created. One user will be created. There is no SAP services SID for the Linux based systems, right? In SAP level, they have the two users that is called the SAP star and DDIC. These are the users will be created. So in the DB level also, users will be created during the database installation or during the database to creation. They are the same SID, DB, SID, ADM user, and system user will be created. System user during the DB installation time. This is a separate topic, DB installation, DB. So this is a separate topic. But however, so SAP is the three-tier architecture, right? So that's the reason. So we are just giving some information about the database users as well. So these are the users will be created during the installation time. Okay, and also so two schemas will be created. Two schemas will be created. SAP ABAP one and DBA cockpit. So these two schemas and two users database level it will be created. So these are the two schemas. Schemas means owner of the tables. What is about the tables? Tables means in the database level, data will be stored into the database in the form of tables, rows and columns, tables. So it will store the data into database level in the form of table. So you have the employment tables. Otherwise, what happens? There is a clash in the database. So table level data will be stored. The schema is owner of the tables. Somehow in the organization, we have basis manager, security manager, development manager, how the managers are there. Same as like here also, the group of people, the group of tables, there is a one schema. That schema are called the ABAP schemas. Okay, these are the ABAP schemas will be created during the installations. So these points are very important actually. Okay, why? Because we have discussed about the installation. Anyone can do the installation, not a problem. If you have the softwares ready, system is ready, then you can go SWPM, you can launch the SWPM. Then so that port number is the 4237 is the port number. You can open the SWPM, then you can start giving the SID and software browser. Anyone can do the installation. So it's not the rocket science, right? So but what happens exactly during the installation, what we are achieving during the installation. So the achievement is here we are building the one SAP system here. So in the presentation layer and application layer and the database layer, here we are building the application server, we are building SAP application, we are building SAP application server, we are installing here SAP, we are installing here on top of database. We are installing the SAP application on top of the database. So we are installing the SAP application here, right? This SAP application server is creating here. The middle layer, that is layer is called the SAP. SAP we are creating using the SWPM tool. We are building the system. We are building the house. We are building the new house on top of the database, on top of the basement. We are building the new house. That is called the SAP house. We are building it. So generally in SAP terms, we are creating the SAP instance. We are creating. So when you are building the SAP system here, there are the two instances will be created. Two instances will. If we go one step little bit deeply, what exactly happens? SAP system is building, right? So here what exactly happens? So here when you are building the SAP system here, by default, during the installation, you can just mark as these two words are the underline. By default, during the installation, two instances will be created. Two instances will be created. So one is the ASCS instance and the second one is the application server instance. Two instances will be created. So SAP means SAP equals to SAP system we are building means here ASCS instance plus and primary application server is building now. Primary application server means application server is creating now here. So same as like a square plus b square is equal to, so a plus b whole square formula. So SAP equals SAP system is building, but what exactly is building here? Here, so we are building the one ASCS instance. ASCS means above system central services. What about the PAS? Primary application server. These two are called the SAP system by default during the installation. These are the two instances are creating here in the SAP. So why two are means you will get the idea in the upcoming classes why two. So we will get the idea. So same as like here also one ASCS instance ASCS. Let me write it here. So ASCS above system central services PAS. So primary application server, primary SAP application server. First we are installing, right, the primary application server. So when you install the one more application server, that is called the AAS, additional application server, additional application server. Just familiar with these technical words. What is ASCS, PAS, AAS? Why? Because the ASCS means it's so ASCS means it's like so it's a very long word, right? That's why few people during the interview or during our SAP discussions, they will call it as the ASCS. Did you start the ASCS? What is the ASCS? What is the primary application server? So like that, so they may call you, right? So just to familiar with this one. So during the SAP installation, these two will be created, ASCS and primary application server. Okay, this two will be created here. So that is called the primary application server. And if you want to add additional application server, by default you will get only two. But your business is very high critical and more users are logging, the current system is not sufficient. Why? Because current system only one application server which is not sufficient. Then you can install the multiple application servers also. You can install it on the same host or different host. You can install the multiple application servers. That is called the additionally we are installing, right? These are the additional application servers. Why additional application server means to load the system to avoid the performance issues. It will equally, these application servers equally distribute the equally distribute the load of the primary application server, right? That is the one. Suppose if I take the outside example, we have one resource who is working continuously, is working on that one. Suppose if I put one more resource into that project, two resources, so that the two resources equally distribute the load, he will work it on, right? Suppose if I take the three resources, then three resources equally distribute the load, which means there is no burden on the primary, the first person. So second person, third person are available. These three equally distribute the load and they can complete the user related tasks and everything. So that's the the main aim of the additional application servers. So equally distribute the load of the among the application servers. Between the application servers, it will load it. So for now, you can just concentrate on the only primary application server. What about the additional application server means? So the situation it will come in the maybe in the next class at the day before class, means yesterday in the next 2-3 classes we will get the what is the additional application servers. That time I will explain it clearly. Okay, so now during the installation or after the installation, so we may get the this red items, like one is the ASCS instance, one is the primary application server instance will be created, and a DB instance will be created. These are the schemas will be created, and these are the users will be created SAP level, OS level. Why? Because if you want to, why these users are creating, sir, we have already users are there. Why these additional users means these are the SAP standard users, default user. If you want to log into the SAP level, you need the SAP users. Definitely, you need a SAP standard users, master users you required. If you want to log into the SAP system, you require these master users. First time when you are logging to the system, definitely you need a standard users. Definitely you need a standard users you required. So that's the reason. That is the reason. So these users are creating it to SAP level, DB level, operating system level. Why? Means to perform the administration activities, to log into the system at the first time, we need this user should be created automatically. You don't need to create it. System itself will create it automatically, right? Okay. Now let's log into the our server. Now let's validate the installations now. Okay. This is our server where we done the installation, right? So here, if you see here, for the Windows-based systems, there is a SAP MMC will be created. SAP MMC will be created. My management console, SAP MC. So this will be created as part of the Windows installations. Why? Because so for Linux, we can open the URL in the browser, but for here, just for Windows systems, there is an icon will be created here. So what is this icon here? So in this icon, whatever the SAP system you have installed, that SAP system will be located here. If I just expand the SAP systems here, you need to expand the SAP systems here. Here you can see there is a ECP which we have installed it. ECC production we have installed it. That ECC created here. As I told you, right, under the SID we have the 2 instances by default. First time when you do the SAP installation, by default 2 instances will be created. These are the 2 instances. These 2 combination of like A score plus B score equals to, so SAP, something like that we have the formula, right? Same as like SAP SID equals to, so one ASCS instance and one primary application server instance. So what is this, sir? If you expand this one, you can see here. So when you are installing the SAP, so if I go one more step a little bit deeply, so SAP is creating. Then if I go one more step forward, then you see that 2 instances are created. If I go one more step forward, then here ASCS means, so here we have family members. So SAP, when SAP is created here we have some family members will be created. Suppose you have built the house, right? New house you have built, you have constructed the new house. That is called the 2 BHK. Master bedroom, and so one more small bedroom you have built it, right? Which means you have built the house, then there is a one family will be stay in that house, right? One family will be stay in that house. Same as like in SAP also. So who will stay here in SAP house? Here we have the SAP work process will be stay, work process will be live together here in the SAP server here. What are those work process? Here in the our industry, normally in SAP terms, we will call it as the work process. How we are staying in the home with our family, same as like in SAP also. SAP means one house we have built. Inside of the house, some 2 bedrooms, like one is the ASCS instance, One more is the, so one more is the primary application server bedroom, right? Two bedrooms are available here, right? So, but there is a family also will stay, right? So, house we are building means there must be a one family. But here, SAP family, here we have the 7 work process are available. These are the main work process. These are the major work process which will carry out the all users related work. So, all users related work, this work process will be carried out. So, what are those work process? What are those family members? If anyone asks you what are those family members means, you will say like we have the 4 members or 5 members or 6, 7 members are in a family which we are staying with together. So grandfather, grandmother, something like father, mother, child, kid, something like that. How we are telling in SAP also we have 7 work process staying together. So there is a formula to remember this 7. So DV, EB, MGS. This is the formula, you can remember it. So D means, so dialogue work process. Okay, dialogue work process. That name is called the dialogue work process. So V means update work process, right? Then E means NQ work process, NQ work process. Like, then B means background work process, right? Background work process. M means message server, message server. G means gateway work process. S means spool work process, spool work process. These are the 7 will be created. So what exactly this will do? This will do. Suppose if I ask me what you do means, I will tell my work and my duties, day-to-day responsibilities I will tell. If you ask dialogue work process, what you are doing in the SAP system means, so dialogue work process will tell like, so I am the main person to take the user request. I am the main person to take the user request. Okay. For now, just to remember out the in family how we have the 7 family members are there. In SAP also we have 7 work process. In SAP also we have 7 work process which will carry out the your day-to-day work, your users related day-to-day work which will carry out. So in classes, we will discuss about the each and every work process, what exactly that work process will do, and what are the issues we may face if that work process is not working. So in your family, suppose your father is not working well, is sick or is something like that, is in the hospital, something like that. So what exactly happens in your family? So there is no earnings, so it will affect to the your day-to-day life. Am I right? So correct me if I'm wrong, right? Same as like here also, if any one of the work process is not working, definitely there is a impact on the SAP application. So it won't take your request and you cannot log into the SAP system and everything. So that is the process will happen here. Okay. So these are the work process are available here in the SAP. So where can we see, sir, this work process? Can I see here? Yes, you can see here. If you go to the here you can see the message server, NQ server, the process list, message server, NQ server. So message server, NQ server. And also if you see one more instance, if you go here, here you can see the, so instead of writing, they have writing just writing the first 3 letters. DIA, dialogue work process, update work process, background work process, spool work process, then gateway. So like that we have the, so 7 work process are available in the system. What about this ones are IC man, IGS and dispatcher. So these are also work process, but these are also will be helpful, but we will call it as the only 7. Here we have the 2 and remaining 5 are here. So 3, 4, 5, 6 and gateway is the 7 work process, right? These are the additional process that we will discuss. What about this additional work process? Okay, these are the 7 work process in the system. These are the work process DV, EB, MG, S. These are the 7 work process in the systems. Okay, this we can see the status here whether it is running or not. Okay, here you can see the whether this process are running here. These are the major work process which will be the why sir. Why here two are the separate, remaining five are included here. Why? Why means we discussed, right? When you are creating the SAP, here two instances will be created. So in the ASCS, we have the M plus V, message server, NQ server will be created. In the remaining five work process will be available here. T, V, B, G, S. Here, additionally, we have the dispatcher as well. Dispatcher will be stay here in top of here, dispatcher, right? So dispatcher is top of the application servers. But here five work process, here two services, two ASCS process will be available. Total seven. In total seven work process, five will be stay in the small bedroom or master bedroom. You can say like master bedroom. So five work process will be in the small bedroom, something like vice versa. Whatever you want to think, you can think it like that. But five will be in the one house, one room, but in the remaining two will be one room, but both are staying in the one SAP, under the one SAP SID only, one SAP system only, both are staying in the everything. So whenever anyone asks you how many work process we have in SAP, means seven. So how can we tell which are, so like how can we say what is the ASCS instance and what is the primary application server? ASCS means where you have message server, NQ server is running, that is called the ASCS instance. Where remaining five work process are live and working, running, then those are called the primary application server. Any questions from here? I will stop it here. Any questions here? Is it clear or getting confused?
Clear.
Clear. Okay, it's clear, right? Okay, just nothing like simple. Okay, so let me take, so we have, well, let me take one more example. It will not take more than 2 minutes. Sorry. So just one family. We have the seven members in a family. They are staying in the one's independent house. That is called the SAP. In independent house, we have the one master bedroom, one master bedroom, one child bedroom is there. In the master bedroom, we have two major persons are staying together, right? The child bedroom, remaining five people are there, right? You can just take this example. The master bedroom is means master means only one master bedroom. We don't have the two master bedroom. Child bedrooms we have the two or three, like that we can do. Same as like, so additional application servers we can install. It depends upon the load, so we can install it. So if you have the one work process, it will handle the some users. If you have the two, more users, three, more users, four, more users, like that. Each instance will handle the certain number of certain number of users for SAP side. So that we will discuss actually in day-to-day classes, we will discuss about the each and everything, how it will handle the user load and everything. Okay, so you can see here there are two instances in the MMC. It will be created, right? One is the ASCS instance, second one is the application server. Sir, how can I say, how can I tell to others, then how can I remember which one is the ASCS, which one is the application server? How can I remember? So you can see symbol also it's different. So you can say simply, you can say where the message server, NQ server is running, that is called the CS. CS means central services. Someone they will call it as the CS. Some people they will call it the ASCS full name. Above system, central services. Central services. Some people they will call it as the primary application server. Some people they will call it the central instance. So they something like that they will call it, depends upon the people. So previously we will call it as the CS and CI. Now ASCS and PAS, these are the technical words we are using it when you are speaking with SAP language. So we are using this technical words. Okay, these are the above process. It will help you to not due to our users to carry out their work in the SAP side, right? So this is the work process here, right? So you can see here. So ASCS means message server and queue server. Application server means remaining five work process will be stay here. So the remaining work process will be running here, right? This is about the MMC now. Sir, now you discussed about the MMC and SAP installation. After installation, what we will get and everything. What about SAP, sir? As of now, we have not logged into the SAP. Now, what about the SAP? Still now we have not logged into the SAP. What is about this one? So now we'll discuss about the SAP now. So SAP. So to log into to launch the SAP you done the installation. You done the installation. These are the inside process. Whatever we discussed inside of the SAP, this will be running, right? But what about the SAP? To enter into the SAP, what you to launch the SAP, to open the SAP, what you have to do? So in your desktops, in all our desktops, there is a icon, SAP Logon Pad icon, right? In your desktops, if you observe it, there is a icon, SAP Logon Pad icon. To log into the SAP, you need SAP Logon Pad. Definitely here. Why? Because SAP application server is invisible, means you cannot see. The only thing is, if you want to see the SAP application server, you need the SAP GUI or SAP Logon Pad you required. To open the SAP, to launch the SAP application server, to launch the SAP application, to open the SAP, you need SAP GUI or SAP, both are same. SAP Logon Pad you required, right? You required. That is the reason we have the SAP Logon Pad. So then I have opened the SAP Logon Pad, right? So then you can see, then what next, sir? What next? So you opened here, SAP Logon Pad you have opened. Then what next here? So here, so there is no entries here. Initially, when you open your server, there are no entries. It's like that only. It's empty. Now you need to create the entry here. You need to add all your SAP systems in your landscape. You need to add it here. So for that one, so you can just go to the click new option. This is called the how to add the SAP systems into your SAP Logon Pad. This is the first task when you join your organization. After you log into the client servers, then you see there are no entries here. Sometimes you will see the entries, sometimes you don't see any entries here. That time you need to manually add it. Then how? Then you should know, right? Why? Because these are the basics. No one will tell you. If you ask someone, they will feel like, okay, something like that, you don't have the much knowledge on the SAP side, right? So you should be aware of how to add the entries here, how to add the SAP. This is a very important first task you have to join it. Just click on the create connection. Just click, go to the next. Here, just you can choose, for now, you can choose custom application server. Why? Because custom application server means this one, SAP Windows. This is the application server we have. So directly can connect to this application server only. So description, you can put anything like SAP, our system SID is the ECP, right? ECP can put. Application server name. Application server name means what is the name we have to give it here. Application server name means here, so SAP, where you install the SAP, that application server name means. So here in this Windows box, we have given our application server. Just to go to the properties, you can see the computer name is called the SAP Windows. So that this application server name is SAP Windows. Otherwise, in the MMC also you can see here SAP Windows. After that you can see 00 or 01. What is this means? Instance number. 00 or 01 instance number. So here you can give the instance number is the 00. Why? Because our ECP instance number is the 00 we have given during the installation. SID is ECP. So these three are the mandatory: application server host name, instance number, and ECP. Then click on the next button. Then click. So if you have the SNC, you can enable it. Otherwise, just click on the next button. Just click on the, suppose you want to change the language, by default English language. If you want to Greek or German language or French, so you can just change your language. Otherwise, just you can make it default language. Click on the finish button. Then there is a entry is added here. Entry is added here. Sir, you added entry, then still I am unable to log in. How to log in, sir? How to open the SAP screen here? So I'm eagerly waiting for to log into the SAP. Then how to log in here? Okay, so you added the entry. So without adding the entry, without logon pads, then how can we open the SAP? We cannot open the SAP, right? So now I have added the entry here. Now just click on the log-on button, or if you double click it, you will get the SAP screen here. You can see you got the SAP screen now. This is our SAP home page. This is our SAP application server, which we installed, on. So yesterday and 2 days back, we have done some inputs, giving everything right. This is our SAP application server. This is our SAP page. How we opened? We have first opened the SAP logon pad. In your all your desktops, you have the SAP logon pads. Open the SAP logon pad. Okay, open the SAP logon pad. Then just go to the here, click on the create option, just connection, right? Just to give the details here, then you can add it. Like that, you can add the multiple apply. This is the first task. You have to do that one. Otherwise, if you go to the here, go to the options, then you see the configuration files, SAP logon options, the configuration files here. So if you go to the navigate to the here C drive, just to navigate to the C drive. In the C drive, I have created the one shared folder for the GUI XML. Just to navigate to this path here, just click on the apply. Okay, so then automatically you will get the entry. You no need to add it here. Something like that. Some few organizations will follow the like this. Why? Because always adding the SAP logon pad, so it's a problem. Problem means it is a manual work. So I have already the logon pad entry already. I have saved that XML files in the C drive in the GUI XML. Then you can just navigate to this path here. See GUI XML. Your entry will be added. How to do that one means, just if you go to the here, there is an icon, right? There is an icon. You can see here, icon here. Just click on this icon here. Then go to the options here. Then you will see the configuration files. Here you will see the all everything here, SAP logon options. Go to the here, configuration files. Here, just select the path here. The entry will be there. So two ways. Either you can manually add it, not a problem. Otherwise, manually if you add it, you will get the experience. Okay, then save it, it will be added. And also, if you want to change the theme, just go to the visual design, theme settings. So for mine is, I like that SAP signature theme. That's why I put the SAP signature theme. If you put something like Patch, Belize themes, so Crystal, these are the themes actually. In our mobile phone is only one, but on top of we are wallpapers, screensavers, themes we are changing, right? That is the themes actually. That is your wish. You are working on so the way which style you are locking, that style you can put it out. That's your wish. Okay, but I like that signature theme. It's a very standard theme. That's why I saved it as a signature theme. Just to save it, then open the SAP, or just click on the logon button, then you will see the SAP entry. So this is the information I pasted here, I created. Then how to create this information, sir, means I will tell you. But for now, just you can create the entry, log into the SAP system, sir. Okay, sir, here we are trying to log in, but what about this client concept, sir? So here, one thing, when you are discussing the by default, we will get the two users. So two SAP users, two OS level users. Same as like in SAP level also, when you are creating the SAP here, by default, two clients will be created. Two clients will be created during the installation. One is the 000 and 001. So normally the client like instance number is the, normally these are the technical terms actually. SID, instance number, client. SID means we know 3 alpha numeric characters. Instance number means 0002 to 99, any number we can give it. Client means, client is the one of the business entity. You have to log into the client, and there you have to do the business. You have to log into the client, user ID, password, you have to do the business. Same as like here, client means, yeah, you're back. So client means it starts from 000 to 999. In between, any number you can give and you can create by, but during the default installation, But during the default installation, we will get the two default clients, that is called the 000 001 clients we can create. These are the SAP standard clients. That's why we will call it as the master clients. Okay, master clients will be created by SAP during the installation. So, but we cannot run the business in these clients. Why? Because these are the SAP master clients. We cannot run our business data. We cannot store. We cannot do any transaction in these two clients. We have to create the one more client, that is called the client creation concept that will come, right? So these are the two clients, two users, two database level users, two SAP level, everything is two instances, two SAP users, two SAP OS level users, two database users, everything is two, right? So here also two master clients will be created. So 000 or 001, 000 or 001. Two clients will be created here. So, but we can create the multiple clients. But for now, two clients are will be created. Why? Because we are just logging SAP installed. We are logging to the SAP system now. So you can log in. Client number is the by default 001. You can change it later. Now, how to log in, sir? Now SAP system username. Which username? We discussed, right? So SAP, when you are creating the SAP system, there are the two users will be created SAP level. First time, if we want to log into the SAP, you have to use these two users. Either one of the user, you have to use it. DDIC, the password you have to use it. Password I will share in the group. Okay. Now I connected to the SAP now. This is the SAP application home page. This is the SAP application home page. This is the SAP application logon page. Right? This is the home page here. So in this page, we have to work it out every day. So every hour, we have to be in the same application, SAP application. We have to open it. Then we have to execute our transactions and everything. Here you need to work it out. This is the SAP home page. This is called the SAP so logon screen, SAP home page, SAP easy access menu. This is the one, right? So this is the one how to log into the system now. Same as like, so how I logged into the SAP system every day. You need to open the SAP logon pad in your desktops. It will be installed. It's already there automatically. Then just to open the SAP logon pad, if the entry is not exist, just you can go ahead and configure the entry by choosing the SAP logon option, configuration files and GUI. If you are not interested in this automation procedure, then go to the here, just click on the create symbol, create connection, then click on the next button, provide the application server host name, instance number, SID, everything you can provide the details here, then save it. Then select it, just click on the logon button. Then you will see the SAP application is opened here. Then you can log into the SAP here. You can log into the SAP here with password. So with password, you can log in now. So I just connected to the SAP. This is the SAP home page and how to log into the SAP systems here. So here we need to execute the transactions. So what transaction codes we have to execute it, sir? We have n number of multiple transaction codes that we will discuss in the day-to-day activity. But these are the ECC systems. This is the ECC system which we installed it. Sir, how can we say this is the ECC or not? I don't know. You guys are installed. I don't know. Means just if you go to the here in the menu here, system status. If you go to the system status, here you will see the one information, actually one prompt it will open, in which client you logged in, which user you logged in, what is the language, what is the system time, what is the time zone, what is the even the logon time. So and also you see the what is the database here, database version here. So all the information where you install the SAP Windows. Okay, what is this one and everything. If you go to this search button, SAP logon data, here you will see the installed product version. So you installed the ECC 6.0 EHP8. This is the ERP product, you installed it on your system. EHP8 you installed it. This is the same thing it is showing here. See here, it is showing here. So what you have to do? So suppose if you want to know which system you are working on, that one, right? During the installation, you are not sure. You are blindly just clicked the next button. You are not sure. Then you log into the SAP. You should know what is the system you are working, either the ECC, BW, S4HANA, Why? Because all SAP systems, you will get the same screen, same logon screen, same thing. There is no difference. But you should know, you should aware of what is the system you are working. Then go to the system status. Then here you will see the details component. Here you will see the product version. These are the components. All these components are combination of all these components are called the one SAP product version. This, if you go to the product versions, you will see the which product you are working on, that one. If it's the ECC, you will see the ECC EXP8, you got the NetWeaver, SAP NetWeaver. S4HANA, you will see the SAP Net S4HANA. Fiori, you will see the SAP Fiori. CRM, you will see the SAP CRM versions. SRM, like that, you will see the product versions here. That is what we have discussed, right? So everything is same. All softwares are same. SAP installation same. All SAP systems are same. The only the login procedure also same. The only thing is you should aware of which system you are working on, that one. So this is the status here. This is one of the common interview questions. They may ask you some of the interview questions. So you are not sure which system you logged into the one system. Then how can I know which system you are working? Go to the system status. You will get the more details. What is the system you are working? All the information will be displayed here. Right? All the information will be displayed in the system status tab here. Right? This is the system status tab here. You have to execute everything here. So this is the SAP system, SAP screen. You have to log in. Everyone should log into the SAP screen. Everyone should configure your entries in the SAP logon pad, and you have to log in and you have to see. Sir, here what after login, what we have to see? We have to see the screen, or we have to execute our work. So we have to execute our work. Our tasks, we have to execute it. So what is the task here? So today I will tell one transaction code. So you have to execute, everyone should execute, and you have to share the screenshot to me. That is the assignment I am giving to you, everyone. Okay. So the first transaction code is called the SICK. Sir, what is this SICK transaction code? After the installation is completed, after the login, first you need to execute SICK transaction code to check the consistency of your system, If there is any consistency check, it kind of consistency check. Consistency check means whether are there any issues during the installation, after the installation, something is wrong, then you have to execute the transaction. SAP is the transaction code based concept. Here there are no tabs to open it and everything. Just here there is a box here, see. So right, left side top corner there is a box. This is called the OK code box. This box is called the OK code. This box is called the OK code box. So normally we will call it as the OK Google. In the Google search engine, we will enter it, right? Here there is a OK code box. In the OK code box, so you have to enter the transaction here. The first transaction, either you can enter the capital or small SICK. So SICK, if you execute it, you will see the SAP consistency check. No errors are reported. This is the one of the first transaction code, and also daily we will use this transaction code. As a basis consultant in your organization, you will log into your system, execute this transaction code to check are there any issues in your system or not. If any errors, it will be displayed. The errors will be displayed. Okay. SICK, SICK transaction code. So this is the back button. This is the exit button. This is the cancel button. If I just click on the back button, means it will go back. Again, you need to enter the transaction code, right? So exit means the screen will be exited. Log off means you will get the log off again, right? So you can just familiar with these terms here: log off, back, exit, cancel. So like that, you can do that one. This is the SAP home page. It's kind of drop in the ocean. In the drops, you can see the drop. So SAP is like that. SAP is the one of the ocean. So the learning is part is the drop. If you have something in your knowledge, you have the knowledge in SAP means there is only one small drop in a ocean. You have the many things to learn in SAP. But for now, just you can learn one drop or two drops, you can learn it. But for that now, what you have to do, your assignment is for today, you have to log into the SAP. You have to open the SAP Logon Pad. Then you have to navigate to the, you have to open the SAP screen. SAP Logon Pad, you have to open it. Then you need to configure the entry. Then you have to log in with the user ID and password, right? Then you have to execute the transaction code, send me the screenshot. Then I'm aware of you are logged into the system, then you are working on that one. I know if you are not logged in also, I will get the logs, but just for sure. So the first time, right, first class today, the real class today, you should be aware of how to log in, this technical terms, SAP Logon Pad and everything, right? So you should be aware of all these things. Okay, guys. So any questions from anyone?
Hi, sir. Good morning. This is Parimala, sir.
Hi, Parimala. Good morning.
Sir, as you said, the schema, you already told that it schema consists of DBA cockpit, right, sir? But as per my knowledge, two schemas are there.
Yeah.
As per my knowledge, DBA cockpit is an administration tool.
Yeah. That is one of the administration tool. That is the transaction code itself. There is a DBA cockpit. There is a transaction code itself. But here, so schema will be created during the installation. One schema will be, dummy schema will be created in the database level, especially for the HANA database.
Okay.
So, but main schema is the SAP ABAP 1. The main schema is the SAP ABAP 1. So, as I showed you right in the SAP screen, I will show you and I will show you right away. But main schema is the SAP. But for a HANA installation only, when you are installing the SAP on HANA, you will get the two schemas. It will ask it during the installation. One is the, I think, SAP ABAP 1. That is the main schema. The second one is like, so DBA cockpit or SAP HANA DB. Something is there. Let me show you here itself. You can see here. So this is the HANA, right? Here we have installed the our SAP applications. We have created the one tenant. So here we have created. See here we have, if you go to the catalog, under the catalog, you have the schemas here. Under the catalog, you have the schemas here. Just to open, so you have all the schemas. These are the schemas actually. Each schema, database level, when we are discussing the database topic, you will get the more details. What is the schema? Schema means owner of the tables. Same as like here SAP also. DBA cockpit, SAP ABAP 1. Two schemas will be created. So let me add with that users here. Go to here, add system with different user. So DBA SAP ABAP 1 is the schema, right? So one is the schema SAP ABAP 1. Under the schema, catalogs, ABAP, and tables. So here you have the tables actually. See, these are the tables. Number of tables are there. All these tables, these are the lakhs of tables are there. These are the SAP tables. Why? Because these are SAP schema. SAP schema, SAP tables here. So all these tables owner is the SAP ABAP 1. Same as like you have the one more schema, DBA cockpit. Normally this is a transaction code. This is the DB level transaction code. This is the DB level transaction code. But this is also one schema here. We will be creating as part of the HANA install. Only for HANA based systems, we have the schema. Only HANA based systems, this is the one of the schema here, right? So we can just expanding the tables here. So, but there are no tables here. Why? Because this is the dummy schema. Dummy schema means there are no tables here. There are no tables here, right? But you just ignore the schema. Just to only SAP ABAP 1 is the schema for SAP system. SAP ABAP 1. If you want to change the schema name, we can also change the schema name as well. We can also change it. During the installation time, it will ask you to provide the schemas, right? That schemas, you can change it. Let me show you the schema. If you go to the system information, you will get the more details. System status. See, owner. Who is the owner? SAP ABAP 1 is the owner for this SAP system. So this SAP system, whatever you are doing here, everything will be stored into the database level, right? All the transactions will be stored into the database level in the form of tables. But who is the owner here? So this is the schema is the owner here. This is the SAP ABAP 1 schema is the owner for this SAP system. So, but where is this DBA cockpit? That is not the original schema. That is not the correct schema. But that is also will be created, but there is no data in that one. You got it? The same schema, we have the cockpit as well. There is a DBA cockpit transaction code as well that we will get during the discussion. We will get the start the DBA cockpit discussions. So that is the one of the schema. So see, this is the DBA cockpit transaction codes. Transaction code is different, schema is different. Got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So anyone, any questions? Okay. Someone asked like how to install the MMC in Linux machine. Linux machines, there is no, as I told you, right? SAP MMC is only for the Windows. But for Linux, you can open the URL. There is a URL, right? I created one video as well. The host name, file instance number, suppose like 50013. So like that, you can also create, you can also use this host name. So you can also use this one. So http://SAP Windows in the browser, just file instance number 13. If you use it, it will open the MMC only. SAP MC, MMC will be opened here. This URL will open the MMC. So which means for Linux based systems, how can we access SAR means? So for Linux also we can access through browser. Browser level, you need to open the URL. So host name, your SAP host name, colon, 5 instance number, your instance number is 10, then 51013 is common. Then SAP MC, it will open it. But here your browser is completely ignoring, which means some settings we have to do that one. Some settings you have to do the information. Some settings you have to do the information here. Some settings you have to, here we need to do the some browser settings. If you Google it, you will get the information. What is this? What settings you have to do that one. We can open it. It's possible. We can open the MMC from browser also for Linux based systems. Or just you can install the MMC snap-in. MMC snap-in, you can install it. Just to open the SAP MMC, go to the file here, add and remove snap-in. Just here, you will see here SAP, here you will see SAP Systems Manager, select it, click on the next button, ECP, your SAP SAD, you can enter it, host name SAP Windows, you can enter it, just give the space, instance number, you can type it, you can add it. Like that, you can add the multiple servers. Just click on the OK button. Click on the OK button. You will see the SAP Systems folder. You expand it, then you will see the your SAP SAD. Whatever the SAP you added, that SAP is appeared here. That SAP appeared here. Here also one is there. Here also one is appeared here. So like that, you can add n number of systems to the one SAP login pad. By seeing this one, okay, my SAP system is up and running fine. You no need to log into the SAP system and check it out. Just so to log into the SAP, you need SAP login pad. But some organizations, there is no MMC. In that case, you can open the URL in the browser or SAP in our desktop or laptop. You can install the SAP. There is a plugin actually, you can install it. You can add the systems here. Like that, you can have to add it. Okay. Got it. I will share the passwords in the group. You can log in and you can practice it, the transaction login, adding the systems, removing the systems, adding, opening the MMC, all these things. Okay. Okay, good. So any questions? If nothing, so then we can wind up the call for today. So thank you very much for your